Do you find yourself looking at annotations on Pinterest and Book Talk and Bookstagram, wishing that your annotations could look like that? Well, my friends, I am here to show you how you can achieve such. It's not that hard, it doesn't have to be perfect, and I'm going to show you how I annotate. Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I have a really special video for you guys. I have been planning this for so long. I am going to be sharing how I annotate my books. So I have not been annotating my books for a long time because I was like, I cannot write in my books. I cannot write in my books. And even now, I've only written in soft covers. I don't know why, but I've convinced myself I can only write in a soft cover book and not a hardcover book. So what is annotating? A lot of people probably know what annotating is. We do it in English class. Our teachers make us annotate passages or whatever class, history even. And it's just to help you remember what you read, and it makes things stick with you more. I think people should find their own way to do it and just do what they think is fun. But I, of course, have tried to create a system. It's not perfect. I'm going to show you how my annotings have progressed. My very first book I tried to annotate was Percy Jackson and the Last Olympian because it's my favorite book in the Percy Jackson series. And as you can see, I did not get very far. I used these paper tabs, which was not a good idea at all. They crunched up and I was writing on the tabs. I wrote in the book a little bit. As you can see, I wrote in the book a little bit. It's very sloppy, but it was an attempt. I didn't finish annotating it. I was like, whatever. It was an attempt. I attempted. And also, I have 2 copies of this book. This is a soft cover. I have a hardcover one, which is why it was my first book I annotated, because I still have a nice clean copy because I don't know what I was doing here. So I would not recommend using paper tabs, but if that's all you have, do that. Another thing I would recommend is sticking the tabs further in, not having them stick out, which brings me to Exhibit 2, 1,000 Boy Kisses. I loved this book so much. As you can see, I annotated a lot, but the tabs, you see how far they're sticking out? I did not really write in this book. Occasionally, I think I did underline in this book. This is the first book I really said, okay, I'm making a system. I lost it, but I had an index card, and on it I wrote blue was for sad moments, pink was for beautiful writing, green was character development. So that's another tip I have. Create a key. Create a key so that you can know what you're tabbing. That way when you go back to look at it, now you know what you're looking for. If I want to look for a sad moment, which this book has plenty of, I just flip to a blue and now I see a sad moment. These were clear tabs and then the color was on the outside. Try your best to put it in more so that the color is barely sticking out. If you don't get what I'm saying, that's okay because I have Exhibit C. This is the first book that I actually annotated properly in my mind, in my terms. The Hawthorne Legacy by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. By the way, it is August right now. August 30th. The final canvas comes out. I'm so excited. This book is a hardcover, so I didn't write in it because in my mind, I cannot write in a hardcover. I don't know why, but I just cannot. I made the tabs. This is a good job for me. So basically what I did was I lined up the tab, see what I'm saying? I kind of lined up in the area of what I was wanted to remember. That is what I would consider my best attempt. You don't have to be perfect right away because this is from 2020, this is from 2021, and this is from 2022. So these are from 2022, this is from 2020. I guess in 2021 I was in my I can't write in a book phase because I didn't think I could, but there's those. Now that I'm committed to annotating, I got these tabs. These are from Amazon. They just come on a sheet like this. This is the sheet I'm currently using. It came with 4 sheets, but I gave my sister 1 sheet, and these other 2 sheets kind of color-coded. These are the tabs that I use. And speaking of tabs, let's get into the rest of the supplies. I now highlight in my books because I'm getting over my fear of writing in books. The highlighters I use are these Zayar highlighters, also from Amazon. This is what they look like. I'm gonna have to do a better shot of that. So here's just a better view of the supplies that I mentioned. These are the highlighters, and it came with 6 in the pack. These different colors. I really recommend using the lighter colors in your books. Some of them are kind of dark. I usually use this one in my books. Highlighters, I don't have a specific color for. I just highlight if I feel like highlighting. Sometimes I like to write little notes, which brings me to Exhibit Exhibit D, The Inheritance Games, which is my favorite book. This year became my favorite book. I read it online first, and then I bought a in-person copy. So I've been rereading it because this is my first time trying to reread a book and annotate it, because I annotated 2 books as I went along, and now I'm trying to see like how fun is it to reread a book. In this one, I was a little fancy in this one. Why did I do that? I put the tabs I was gonna use, which are the tabs from this sheet, and I wrote what each thing means. So orange was important, quotes, and character development or traits, stuff like that. Blue is That's So Hawthorne. That's So Hawthorne is a category I created specifically for this trilogy because sometimes the brothers do things that are just so Hawthorne. I do not know how to describe it other than that's so Hawthorne. Like that I just don't know how to describe it. And then pink is romantic. This greenish, yellowish, I don't know what it is beautiful writing. So like favorite quotes and stuff. And then this darker orange is like favorite moment. I thought it would be interesting to put them in here because as I mentioned 50 times before,
I lost the index card for my other ones.
So I think this is pretty cool. I have just like been experimenting with writing in different colors and writing little notes. Like, see, I feel like so much more comfortable now, like annotating. Like I write in my books now. I think that's a lot of progress for me. This book page, I wrote so much. So I know it can be intimidating to annotate because you see those like perfect pictures on Pinterest and Instagram and Bookstagram and Book Talk and you just want to be perfect, but there is no way to be perfect. Like sometimes my handwriting is not that neat and I'm like, wait a second, who's going to read this book? Like unless I give it to a friend or someone, I'm reading the book and I don't care if it's perfect. So just write what you want to write, you know? Say what you want to say, make it look how you want to look. Oh wait, this is really funny. So I put a sticky note here and I skipped annotating this chapter because there was conflict. I hate conflict. I said,
due to my inability to handle conflict, I will not be annotating this chapter at this time. I am not mentally stable enough to read this chapter again until I am 75. Slay.
This is my favorite page I've ever annotated in my life. I just feel like I highlighted, I wrote, I had a whole sticky note. This is just like the best page that I've ever annotated in my life. I'm so proud of it. I've talked about tabbing, highlighting, writing. Another way I've decided to annotate, this is Book Lovers by Emily Henry. If you have not checked out my Book Lovers review, go check it out. I posted it, like, that's my last video I posted. In this book, I never tabbed. I didn't feel like tabbing, but I wrote in it. So, like, in random, like, not random, like, pages that I wanted to remember, I wrote in them. I don't recommend just writing willy-nilly because then you don't know like how to find stuff. Like this page, Charlie Lastra, I love you. I wrote this and I always have to like search for it because I didn't tab the book. In this book, I wrote and highlighted when I wanted to. I do recommend tabbing if you can, but if you can't, this is fine because it's your book. I feel like the whole purpose of annotating, it just makes a book your own. Like it's not in school where the teacher makes you annotate and they tell you that's wrong, it's not detailed enough. Like this is for you. This is supposed to be fun. It's kind of like a little diary. Like in this book, it's my favorite book. So when I like write in it, I'm so happy to write in it. I know it's scary. You're like, how could I write in a book? That's how I felt. But I do recommend writing in a book after you read it. So this is the only book that I've annotated. Okay, I tried to attempt to annotate this. Of course, I've read this when I was younger. But then this one I read online and then I got in copy in person and tried to annotate. And the other 3 books I showed you, I annotated as I was going. I do recommend annotating as you're going, but also maybe annotating afterwards. I don't know. I haven't finished this one yet, but it is really fun to annotate afterwards because the first time you kind of just absorbed it. The second time, I'm not speeding through it, but I can just go a little quicker and pick out parts I like. But yeah, I literally only got like these supplies like a month ago. I had been just using, I forgot to show you guys my favorite pen. There is only one pen that I can annotate with.
I can't believe I forgot.
This is the only pen I can annotate with, and it was my sister's pen, and I basically stole it from her because I had to use it. Paper Mate Ink Joy Gel 0.7. It's the only pen I can write with in a book. I don't think people understand. I cannot write with any other pen. I tried writing with like every other, even a skinny pen. Like I don't know why this is the only pen that it feels right. It's the only one that it feels right. Find a favorite pen. I don't know. Find a favorite pen. Even if you only have one color of tabs, use that color of tabs. Because it's about your favorite moments at the end of the day. It doesn't matter what color you use. It just matters if you can go back to the parts you wanted to remember. That's what it's about. So don't let anyone make you feel like your annotations aren't perfect because they are. all annotations are perfect. Anything you write in your book is amazing and it's lovely. And don't feel scared to write in your books, even though I'm scared to write in a hardcover still. I probably eventually will get there. I'm gonna keep writing in my soft covers though. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and stick around to see what I post next time. Bye! Mwah.